One of the things that I would like to add, which I didn't mention yet, is that although my initial concern was child abuse that I was told about by one of my 12-year-old clients, what ended up being the case, which was reported a couple years after I left Columbia and was struggling with severe health problems, was that they were experimenting on children at Columbia University at this orphanage called Incarnation Children's Center. And this was spoken about by the BBC as well as Democracy Now! And Liam Sheaf in an investigative journalistic report called The House That AIDS Built. And I saw all of that, and I had that deep instinctive feeling that there was something so Nazi-esque going on in relationship to those kids. And what I saw was force feeding, similar to what goes on at Guantanamo, with tubes being put down the kids' throats where they were putting all kinds of pharmaceuticals. The kids were choking and vomiting and very miserable, very much in pain, very afraid. These white asylum-like halls where the kids were kept in these rooms. The kids would defecate on themselves, vomit on themselves. They never wanted to take all of these medications, and the other kids would tell them, please take your medications, because if you don't, you'll have to get the tube in your belly. And the tube in your belly is when they go in and they cut this piece out of your stomach, and they surgically implant these tubes in their belly. And so they have this like block where their tissue's been cut open, and they're just putting stuff inside of that tube. I think it's called a G tube. It's extremely severe, extremely traumatic and torturous. And because of the corporate power behind it, they were able to sort of bully BBC into saying, well, we're not sure if all of this is true. Let me tell you something that's true. They're doing human experimentation on orphans and foster children, and I've been speaking out about this abuse circumstance since 1999. The Department of Justice recently reported that Medicaid abuse, where pharmaceutical industries are prescribing foster children and orphans with psychotropic pharmaceuticals, they are overprescribing children with drugs that aren't approved for kids, and they can bill. A recent article I read, and I'll quote the source in my notes, was stating that they can bill Medicaid about $600 a dose. I've been researching across the board different policy review boards. The Department of Justice is one I'm most interested in. That this is costing the government billions of dollars, not to mention the torture that these children are enduring. Who's speaking up about this? Where's the great American heroes? Who's standing up for orphans and foster children? It gets dark again. It seems to do that when we need to shine a light. Please, people, get off your behind and pay attention to these things. There's all these people working around this, and be a whistleblower. Take notes. Gather information. Expose these things. I've done my best to do that, and I will continue to do so. In the meantime, I became a certified natural health care practitioner. I've been a natural health researcher since 1998. My first experience was as an intern at the National Women's Health Network in Washington, D.C. in 1998. I never stopped. I don't watch TV. I've never owned a TV. Let's help the kids, okay? There's obviously a big reason why these people at Columbia University wanted to push me away from my investigation of the child abuse that was reported to me. Obviously, they had a lot they wanted to hide. There's a lot of big business involved in that. Also, big surprise, Catholic Charities was helping to run that house, or it was predominantly housed under Catholic Charities. Why New York law, according to a human rights activist group in New York City, they're not even following the federal law. To be really frank, I'm not sure if it's a federal or state law, and I have to source that in my comments. They're not even following the law to appoint a non-biased guardian and advocate for these children. You're not supposed to just enroll foster kids and orphans in medical experiments. They were injecting them with double measles doses, herpes, really? Not to mention the fact that we have natural ways to mitigate HIV and AIDS, and that's going to be in another video. These are the kind of things I want to talk about, so pardon if this is a rant. I will be sharing things that are inspirational as well. Hopefully you find courage and justice in speaking out inspirational. I do. I'll be doing some meditations, music, and prayers of the family of Christ, and by that I do mean the true family of Christ and not the pagan, Babylonian, distorted version of Christ. Although I have forgiveness for that too, I don't practice it. So, this is my mission that God sent me here for. Art, music, activism, human rights, service, building heaven on earth, and deconstructing the prison and the slavery of hell. That's all for now. God bless you and keep you.